Hello and welcome once again. How are you all? So, here is today's session. So, these are the Dalmia core values which you are gonna develop from this session. So, first is integrity. Integrity, that is moral or ethical convictions and doing the right thing in all circumstances, if even if no one is watching you. That is the integrity. And the second Dalmia core value is justice. That means punishing actions or words that are wrong and upholding things that are good. So these are the core values which you will gain till the end of this session. So here is the first topic for today's session is East India Company begins trade in Bengal. So now we know that East India Company came to India for trading. All of you know very well that why the British East India Company came to India. Only because of the purpose of trading. The first English factory was set up on the banks of river Hooghly in 1651. So you have to memorize this, that the first English factory was set up on the banks of river Hooghly in 1651. The company made its warehouses. Warehouses, a place where goods are stored. And by 1696, it began building a fort around the settlements. It also got Diwani of 3 villages in 1698 with the help of some corrupt officers. As you know, what is Diwani? Diwani means the right to collect revenues. One of the village was Kalikata, which is now known as Kolkata. Meanwhile, the company also persuaded Emperor Aurangzeb for Farman that is similar to charter and also a written grant order by the monarch. This Farman granted the company the right to trade duty free. The officers started using Farman of duty free trade for their own side businesses, to which resulted in huge losses of revenue to the Nawab of Bengal. So the English East India Company got the right to trade duty free, and they started the side business from their own businesses also, and it resulted in huge losses of the revenue to the Nawab of Bengal. So now Murshid Quli Khan was Nawab of Bengal and was a strong ruler who started protesting against this. For what? For the duty-free trading. Murshid Quli Khan was the first Nawab of Bengal. Then came Alivardi Khan, and his successor was his grandson Sirajuddaulah. So you have to learn all the three names. That the first Nawab of Bengal was Murshid Quli Khan. After him, Alivardi Khan came, and after Alivardi Khan, his successor was his grandson Sirajuddaulah. The new Nawab of Bengal refused to grant any concession to the Britishers and also demanded large tributes. Tributes, that means gift, but here it refers to taxes from the company. And I would like to mention the meaning of concession also. So concession means something allowed or given up in order to end a disagreement. So that is the meaning of concession. He also accused company of deceit by not paying revenue and trying to humiliate Nawab by writing disrespectful letters to him and his officials. Here I would like to mention deceit means an act of keeping the truth hidden, especially to get an advantage. That means to hide the right thing or the truth. He also stopped fortifications by the company. The rival between the company and Nawab intensifies as company declared that unjust demand of officials as could ruin its trade and enlarging its settlements was necessary to enhance its trade. This led to the Battle of Palasi, got its name from Palash tree. So now I would like to share that how did Palasi get its name. Palasi is a village on the Hooghly River. It got its name from the Palash tree, which grows here. The red flowers of Palash tree can be used to produce gulal. I think all of you know that what is gulal. That is the colored powder thrown during the festival of Holi. So that's why, because of the Palash tree, the place Palasi was got its name at that time. So now we will talk about the Battle of Palasi. So you can see the picture that the British and the Nawabs are fighting in this picture. You can see. So here is the description. In 1756, Sirajuddaulah became Nawab of Bengal after the death of his grandfather Ali Vardi Khan. He at once ordered Britishers to pay revenue and stop fortification. Also, with the help of his 30,000 soldiers, he captured the officials of the English factory at Kasim Bazar and also established his control over Calcutta's fort. So, Sirajuddaulah became the Nawab of Bengal in 1756 and he captured the English factory at Kasim Bazar. Okay, and he established his control over Calcutta's fort. All these incidents resulted into Battle of Palasi, in which Robert Clive was the officer who headed the that English East India Company at that time. Any army officer in East India Company defeated Sirajuddaulah. The main reason behind his defeat was that army led by Commander Mir Jafar never took part in the battle because Jafar was promised to be the next Nawab of Bengal by Robert Clive. So the main reason behind the defeat of Sirajuddaulah, that was his commander Mir Jafar, because Mir Jafar cheated Sirajuddaulah because he was promised to be the next Nawab of Bengal by Robert Clive. So he did not take part in the battle. Now, what happened after the Battle of Palasi? Mir Jafar became Nawab of Bengal. The company was granted undisputed right to free trade in Bengal, but after some time, when Nawab refused further rights, he was dethroned by the Britishers, and now the next Nawab was Mir Qasim. After some time, he also started complaining of the misuse of the powers given to the company, and this led to Battle of Buxar. So whenever now you can understand that whenever the Nawabs, they refuse to give grant to the British East India Company, after that they dethroned by the Britishers. So once again, Mir Jafar came to the throne as Nawab of Bengal. This time he was asked to pay rupees 5 lakh per month to the company, but this was insufficient as it wanted more money to finance its wars. When Mir Jafar died in 1765, the company decided of becoming Nawab itself. So in year 1765, the Mughal emperor declared company as the Diwan of Bengal province. The revenue it received through Diwani was of a great help, as they could now be used for buying cotton and silk and also building forts This income was also important because after the Battle of Plassey, the income inflow from Britain had slowed down. So I think all of you gained this knowledge, and now it's time to check your knowledge, that what you learn from today's topics. Okay, so here is the question answer session. So here is the first question for you. Who was the first Nawab of Bengal? And as you know that you have to write in the chat box. So start writing. Who was the first Nawab of Bengal? Yes, hurry up. Yes, right. Yes, now the answers are coming. Muskan, Bhavika, Divya, Pratyush. They have written Murshid Kuli Khan. Okay. Very good. Hurry up. Yes, more answers are coming. Murshid Kuli Khan, Anukul Sundaram, Ruchika, Silky, Mayank. Okay. And rest of you also written Murshid Kuli Khan. So this is the time to tell you the right answer. So here is the right answer. Murshid Kuli Khan. That is the right answer. Very well done. So you have done a great job. Now the second question is, name the ruler who captured the English factory at Kasim Bazar. Yes, hurry up. My students are so intelligent. Yes, name the ruler who captured the officials of the English factory at Kasim Bazar. Yes, the answers are coming now. Anukul, Rahul, Hemant are saying Sirajuddaulah. Yes. Yes, students fast. Yes. Mayank, Pranjal, Palak, Gaurav, Shivam. Yes, Aditya, Lokesh, Muskan, Bhavika, Rahul. Yes, very good. All are saying Sirajuddaulah. So, yes, right answer is Sirajuddaulah. Very good. Now, here is the third question. In which year the Battle of Plassey was fought? Very good. 1757. 1757 is writing by Bhavika, Sundaram, Mayank, Pranjal, Palak, Gaurav, Aditya, Rohit, Ruchika, Pratyush. Very good. Very well done. All are saying 1757. So that is the right answer. Very good. And the last question is, in which year the Battle of Buxar was fought? Very good. Yes, very good. 1764. Okay. This answer, yes. Right. Sakshi, Pratyush, Bhavika, Sundaram, Silky, Yash, Palak, Gaurav, Hemant, Rupin, Rohit. Very nice. So, this is the right answer. 1764. I am very proud of you, students. You are doing such a great job, and you are giving the answers so fastly. It means that your typing speed is now improving. Yes, very good. Okay, now move forward to the next topic. Company officials become nabobs. As the company acquired more power and authority, the company officials began to imagine themselves as nabobs or nawabs. So, the British officers in India who gained the power and authority, they called the nabobs in Britain. So, that was just like the nawab. They wanted to lead a luxurious life like nawabs of India. Many of them were given huge lands and money by the local rulers in order to avoid any conflict with the company. Robert Clive, before becoming governor of Bengal in 1764, had become very rich in India. Because of this, he was cross-examined by the British Parliament in 1772 because the Parliament was suspicious of his vast wealth. Finally, he was acquitted from all the charges laid against him, but he committed suicide in 1774. So now you come to know that who were the Nabobs, the British officers who lived in India and they got wealth and money and spent the luxurious life. They were called the Nabobs. So here is the end of the session. So here is the homework for you. The first question which you have to done, that is name the three strong rulers of Bengal. Second question is name Sirajuddaulla's commander who never fought the battle of Plassey. Third question is name the tree which grew red flowers and yielded gulal used in the festival of Holi. And the last question is mention the reason behind the battle of Plassey. So you have to complete this homework. Until then, goodbye, stay home, stay safe. We will meet again in the next session.